Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Alexander Investment Insights. We're back with another video. We're going to go over what happened in the market today, including with S&P 500 and the crash that happened there. We're going to go over AMD and the trade that I took this morning, and other stocks like Google and Tesla and AMC and Sundale, the cannabis sector. We'll try to go through the bank sector like JP Morgan as well, and then some other stocks like Boeing and Baba and Nike as well. So it's going to be a very broad video. I'm going to try to make it as fast as I can, so just make sure you get all the levels in here. So our support today, we had a very big crash down today on S&P 500. We go to the 5-minute chart. You see that we opened up today, the 24th, and here at 549 and then crashed all the way down to 540. You see that pre-market, aftermarket too from yesterday? We also had a big crash down, and we were already expecting downside. I kind of turned bearish once I saw that this aftermarket move happened, and we opened up right here. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna crash down more, potentially to this 142.30 level, and even that broke all the way down to 540. So I do have a support here at 540. Tomorrow we're going to want to see if this support holds, and we might just get a little up movement back to like 544 possibly, because the S&P 500 isn't just going to like boom all the way down 5 days in a row to 516 or anything. We're going to have, you know, a bit of up and down while we come down to these 530 ranges. So I have support at 540 and resistance at 553.60. If we do break this support tomorrow and we keep heading down, then there is another support that I see, and that is here. We'll fill the gap at 535.45. So just watch that at 535.45. Another support after this 540. So just watch that for the rest of the week. We're gonna want to see how price reacts to this 540 resistance that we hit today. So very clear, we are heading bearish. That's why I'm looking for more downside plays on the market. Like if we go to SQQ, which runs the opposite, we actually opened up perfectly at where we had our resistance at 552 yesterday, and we went all the way up to our resistance at 914. So this resistance is going to be changed to 914 actually, and then we're going to have to see how SQQQ reacts to that resistance, along with a new support level of 842. So 842 would be our new support level. Then we go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin also having a down day, not breaking our support because it hasn't really had a candle that kept going below it, but 65,100 is our support. Just going to want to see if we're going to keep going down to the 60s, around 60,000, and if that breaks to 56,000 after having a little retracement, because we shot up off this support, right? You see how it held that support, my support at 56,500, and it shot up off of it all the way to 60, around 70,000. Had, 4 days in a row coming back down. So we're just going to want to see if it's going to hold support around 63,000, between 65,000, or if it's going to break these levels and keep heading it back down. So that's what I see on Bitcoin. Let's go to Apple. Apple breaking our support of $222. So we'll remove this support, and then I will put resistance on. Actually, I'll keep resistance at 228.70. Actually, no, I'll move resistance down to 222.75. So 222.75 is new resistance on Apple. And then our support at 213 is going to hold here, and we're going to see how price wants to react at the 213 level on Apple. Microsoft breaking our support at 433. So a new support on Microsoft that I do have is the 425 level is our new support. And then the resistance on Microsoft will remain at $444. And we go to Google. Google having earnings yesterday, and it went down around, we go take out this tool from yesterday's open to today's close, around 6%. So not a huge drop off of earnings, but it still dropped. So I still have support at 176.50, and then our resistance will change. I have resistance at 178.75. So 178.75 is our resistance on Google. We go to Meta. Meta also breaking that support, reaching down to the support. So our support here on Meta did hit today at 460.50. And that means we're going to actually keep our resistance there as well. But support did hit today. We're going to want to see how that reacts tomorrow. If it's going to keep breaking support, Meta is down a lot. If it's going to keep breaking support down to around new support at 453.85. So just watch those two levels. We'll go to Nvidia. We have support at 111, resistance at 122. We're going to keep those and see which way Nvidia wants to head. And then Tesla also having earnings gapping down past our support here. So our resistance now is 226 and our support is 207. Just watch these. There's really not much you could scalp on Tesla, especially right after their earnings. We're just going to see which way they go, whether they find support down here or they're going to break resistance back to the upside. We go to Amazon. Amazon breaking our support at 180. 150, and then we do have another support that I see down here at 176.45. So I'm actually going to move this support down more because I think that we could keep heading down on Amazon. So I do have another support at 179.35, and that might be a main scalp tomorrow. This is not trading advice. Please do not trade you see anything here in the video. And I still have resistance at 188.50. So Netflix kind of stalling out today, hitting our resistance at 650.50, and then our support is here at $628. Pretty basic. And then AMD, this is the play that we did play today. If we go to the 1 minute chart, you could also watch my trading recap that we saw before this. I entered puts at the beginning of the market since this resistance here did not break. Resistance did not break. I knew it was going to want to come down. I got puts here, sold it right here. We came back up. Then the team actually played puts here, and they sold down here for another 40% gain. So I could have entered 2 times on AMD, but I only entered once the first time. Did not enter the second time, which I could have, but I did not. And you see that we just kept heading down on AMD. Down, 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 all the way to where we're currently at 145. And we go back out to the daily chart. We still have another support at 142, so AMD to the downside is not done yet. I do have resistance at 156.70. The AMD is not done yet. There still could be more plays to be had. Intel breaking our support at $32.40. So I do have a support down here at $31.28, and I'll watch that on Intel. And then my resistance is gonna stay here at $33.80. That might change in the next few days, so just keep updated on the video. Disney continuing to fall. We're just going to keep our support here at $90.30. Really nothing to do until AMD finds support and then earnings comes, and we might be able to get leaps like we did back here in November and sell them up here. So Disney conglomerate, been bearish for a long time, so just watch this 90 level, and then that'll give you a good sense of what we're going to do on Disney. Dell, not breaking our support, holding our support today at 115.40. So we're just going to want to see if this is going to break to the downside. It's actually going to move resistance down here to 120 to 130. So 130 is our new resistance on Dell. And we go to PANW. PANW not reaching our support quite yet, so we could scalp that another scalp tomorrow for 321 support, and I still have resistance at 338 and another one at 345. So just watch this support right here. Gonna want to see how PANW reacts to that. Walmart not coming down. Walmart does not want to follow the rest of the market really and come down. So I still have support here at $69. We're gonna want to see when Walmart does want to come down, if they want to come down. Coinbase kind of following Bitcoin, reaching our support all the way at $243. If this breaks, we do have more supports down here around $230, but that's what I see on Coinbase, and we have a resistance at $270. We'll go to SMCI now. SMCI has support here that it reached at $694, and it has resistance still at $845. So just watch this on SMCI. SMCI could go to around $650, which could be a nice buying level actually for shares in the long term. or like a swing to the upside. But we do have earnings on August 6th, so just watch out for that on SMCI. Now if we go to the bank sector, JPM, and we'll look how they're doing, finding support kind of. Actually, they had support here at 209 and they kind of broke it today. So I do have another support here at 203.30. Just kind of watch that if JPM wants to, keep dropping down off this all-time high down to this 203.30 level. That's what will give me a good sense of what that wants to do. Let's go to Hood Stock. Hood Stock kind of just been trading in the same range ever since the end of May, beginning of June, breaking our support of $22. So I'm gonna put a target level that we have right here at $21.20. Could be a nice scalp down to the downside. We're just gonna want to see how price reacts to that, and we'll go through some other stocks like the crypto sector, like these miners. Really quick over some resistance. Mara kind of in the gutter. I have support at $19.40, resistance at $25.50. Hut is the nice one. We have resistance at $21 and support at $17. So just watch this support might get hit before we want to start going up on Hut again. And once this resistance breaks at $21, then we have a target here at $24. And we go to Boeing stock. We kind of just been trading in the same region of Boeing stock since the beginning of pretty much March. Just kind of stalled out throughout here because remember we had huge stark down movements off of news of doors flying off and shit. So Boeing is no stranger to either huge sharp down movements or huge sharp up movements. No stranger to that. So we're just gonna want to see what's gonna happen next after they stall out like they did here. See how they stalled out for 7 months. That might happen again before we get a big up movement to the upside or another huge down movement to the downside. So like I said, I have support at 196 and resistance at 172. So just watch these two levels, and we could go through some other stocks like Costco. Costco, I have support at 118.33, so just watch that on Costco. This was the all-time high. We could start heading down a little bit more bearish on Costco, but it is a nice retail stock, and it seems like a lot of these big retail producers like Costco and Walmart aren't really following the downside like the rest of the market is. So that's just kind of something to wait. They may be a little bit delayed, so we'll watch that. Like Home Depot is having a nice pull down. I do have support here at 330 and resistance at 386. So just watch that on Home Depot. And let's go to MU. MU breaking both our supports. So we do have the next target that we might be able to get down to on a scalp maybe tomorrow at 108.50. So that's what I'll be looking for on MU tomorrow. And we'll just take away this support as well. And then resistance, we're going to move to here at 121. So that 121 resistance on MU. This is Micron Technology, another chip producer. So other than that, I'm just going to leave the video there, not make it too long. Make sure you have all these main option plays, supports and resistances on your chart, and then be watching the S&P 500 every single day. We're going to want to see what happens tomorrow morning at this 540 level. We might come up within 30 minutes of the market open, hit around 544 and then shoot back down, or we might just stall between this 540 and 544 level for tomorrow and the next couple of days, and then until next week or Friday when we have more news to bring us back down to that downside to that 530, 540 level. So just watch this on SP 500 and I'll give you a better sense of what these big plays wants to do, right? Like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Nvidia, Tesla, Amazon, AMD, Netflix, Intel, PANW, Dell, Coinbase, Walmart, SMCI, a lot of those things too, right? So if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, follow my Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.